Terraria is a game with plenty of versatility. There are practically endless ways to play the game. One popular facet of this is progression skipping and low percent runs, wherein a playthrough is completed while minimizing the amount of bosses killed. There are many famous examples of this, both vanilla and modded. There's Duke Fission at the onset of hard mode, pre-hard mode Aquatic Scourge, and finally Infernum with Chaz, pre-boss Lunatic Cultist. The last example, introduced by Chapstixx, details a path exploring Infernum's mechanics and custom world generation to enter the deep abyss early and obtain the cultist summoning item before killing a single boss. After watching that run myself, it got me thinking. Infernum also makes another boss down in the abyss available right from the start, but much harder in later game. So late game in fact, that is the third last boss of the entire mod, the Primordial Wyrm, or Yerad if you're an ancient ball knower. With this realization, I set it upon myself to try and kill Yerad as the very first boss of my playthrough. Oh boy. If you watched the cultist video, then you probably already figured out how this run will work, but for those who haven't, here's a quick rundown. With no advanced diving equipment available in pre-hard mode, we will rely on Infernum to skip Desert Scourge and fight the giant clam mini-boss immediately to obtain a Midias for his help mechanic, which grants 10 minutes of infinite water breathing as long as you don't get hit. With this water breathing, we will be able to stumble down to the bottom of the abyss and set up a checkpoint with the Wayfinder item found in the Profane Garden on the right side of the underworld. Our goal is to reach the Terminus. Unlike in base Calamity where you find it in a shrine chest, the Terminus in Infernum sits as a tile on the ground, which, when mined with a pickaxe, summons the Primordial Wyrm. This mechanic is the core foundation of this run, because contrary to what one might think, this Terminus tile can be broken with any pickaxe of any power, making this fight available at any point of progression, even from the start. With our path set out, let's begin. So, I don't have the very beginning recorded for some reason, but we all generally know how a Calamity run starts. Spawn in, some general exploration, getting the starter accessories, quick skinny dive in a pool, vitamin D deficiency, sucking at parkour, tall ropes, sick dodges, and whatever the hell this is. Pyramids, and of course no sandstorm.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Jellyfish, starting armor. Biome housing. Weird world generation. Labs. Heck. Teleportation nonsense. Planetoids for power cells and charging stations. Desert houses for magic conch for golden fishing rod. Rest in peace. Trap hell. And finally, heart crystals. I didn't even buy anything. With the fossils collected, I make new ranger armor, aiming to buy the mini shark for its fast fire rate. Goblins arrived by sunrise, but this time the Vixen did not survive in his hidey hole. Then I got more sand for flash rounds before setting off to find the shimmer and do the treasure stack. The fact I even had this mod enabled should say enough about how late I started stacking in my own runs before it was removed. This transition was accidental, by the way. Enjoy. With the shimmering started, I climb up my epic rope to flip-flop up and down for Sky Islands. I love fishing, you love fishing, we all love fishing. Since I have Cal-Vanities on, I made an interesting catch in my fishing, which I placed down in my base. With the base preparations done, it's time to preparate the base. What? Yeah, I know. It might be the best shoebox hotel you've ever seen. L.Gus. With the Wayfinder collected, it's time to tackle our first, and only, challenge before diving down. The Giant Clam. I don't really like the Infernum health bar, but here you go. And so, with the giant clam killed and the final preparations made, it's time to dive down. Now, unlike the cultist method, which would then force us to fight the idolists who reside on the island, we just move past them and descend into the void layer. But there is still danger waiting for us in the form of barbet worms and the abyss mini-bosses. These dangers, combined with our non-existent water mobility, is the reason we collected the Wayfinder, allowing us to set up checkpoints to return down when we are inevitably killed, sparing us the journey. Reaching the bottom center of the void, we find the terminus, laying dormant on the ocean floor where we set up a final waypoint for future access. Now, before beginning the fight, I know what you might have been thinking for a while.
But L.Gus, Jared is the third final boss and you only got pre-boss gear. How do you possibly intend to fight and kill him before your water breathing runs out, not to mention move in the water with no diving gear or flipper potions?
Not to worry. Like so many other fights in Infernum, the Primordial Wyrm grants infinite flight time, but along with this comes infinite water breathing and all water physics are disabled, allowing us to fly normally and ignore the breath issue. Also, as a side note, if you try to summon Jared the normal way using Chaos State, then he will spawn with a bright glow, move like a meth overdosed crackhead and insta-kill you with a fuck jillion contact damage, all while he's invulnerable. And yes, this also happens in the fight, so God help you if you misclick or accidentally scroll to your rod. But now with all the build up out of the way, let's begin with the reality check.